Good morning, everyone. I am Erica Mipino, and this is my report, and it is all about the bead system and their intervention. So, what are active response beads? According to Intervention Central, active response beads timeout is an intervention to replace in-class timeout that is easy to use. Many times, when students act out or need a cool down, they are often asked to leave a classroom. Active response beats are a way for students to stay in the classroom and still allow them to cool down. The term cool down refers to when students are worked up for a particular reason and they just need a break so they can return back to learning. When students are asked to leave the classroom for their cool down, they are often missing important instructional. Usually, the teacher will let the students know when he or she needs to use the beads. As students become more comfortable with using them, students can learn to recognize when they need to use the beads. Here's how many students active response beads in a classroom according to Intervention Central. The students put head the student puts head on desk and counts down slowly from 10 to 1. The student starts counting in an audible voice with each number in the count. The student first takes a deep breath and slowly releases. Second, moves the bed along the cord from the left to the right side of the ERP. Last, gradually reduces voice volume to conclude in a whisper on the last number. So here are the examples about the desk dots. If students do not like to use the actual beads, students can use desk dots. Desk dots are similar to active response beads, but a student just place his or her finger on the dot and then proceeds to count down from 10 to 1. So, mo na siya, guys, ang example sa desk dots if ang students dili siya ganahan sa actual beads. So, the image to the left is an example set of active response beads. Many times, the beads are very large, as in this case, and other times, the beads are much smaller. The image to the right is another representation of the beads. So, muna siyang example, guys. And the basic principle of the BED system. Primary grade students often struggle with monitoring their behavior according to abstract concepts like showing respect and being cooperative. Beads can serve as a concrete tool to recognize their good decision making. Students can earn beads for demonstrating on task appropriate behaviors that the teacher wants to reinforce. A privilege is earned at the end of the week for children who have earned a predetermined number of beads. So, here's an example. So, what you need: a half pipe cleaner for each child, a small bag of identical beads. So, we use plastic beads that fit together. And so, how to start the system with your class? First, explain the basic principle of the system to students. Have the suggest positive classroom behaviors that could earn beads, following directions, completing work on time, etc., and list them on a chart for the children's references. So second, at the bottom of the chart, write the reward for earning the set of numbers of beads each week and explain it to the class. 10 is usually a good number if you want all your kids or to be successful. So third, show students how you have taped one end of a pipe cleaner to each child's desk or chair. Tell the children that they are each responsible for their own pipe cleaner and beads. So last, end the discussion by giving specific verbal reinforcement and a bead to each child in the class, complimenting each student on something they've done well that this allows children to see firsthand how the system works and helps them experience success and buy into the concept right away. So are the beads a behavior management tool? No, they don't address or manage negative behaviors at all. The beads simply reinforce positive behavioral choices. She developed the bead system to give young students a concrete representation of the good choices they'd made. Sometimes, verbal reinforcements are not enough to support kids in overcoming challenging self-discipline issues. Complimenting students and handing them a tangible reminder that they done well has a profound impact on most kids. So that's all. Thank you.